The Joe Rogan Experience.
I'm
We
here.
need an equal word to come on, son,
Ooh.
to girls. You know,
I mean, sister works.
we need an equal one.
I'm a big fan of the friendly, like, come on, ho. You
Come
know,
on,
just
ho.
in the friendly way,
I like
not
calling
in the
girls
negative
hookers.
way.
I like calling girls hookers,
Ooh, okay.
but in a fun way. Like when girls yell shit out in the audience, I'm like, settle down, hooker.
Yeah.
But it's all love. It's not like in a mean
I will
way.
say, I feel like you're the only person, and I mean that, and I don't say that lately, that I can laugh when you're like, yeah, bitch.
Well, listen,
'Cause
you and I have
bitch
been
is a
friends.
tough- I
You and
know,
I have
I
been friends
know.
for almost a decade.
I know.
And it's
Fuck.
all love.
Oh my God.
All love.
It's that long.
Yeah, we met in 2011. Right, we did that End of the World show in 2012.
That was fun.
We did a
It
show.
didn't end,
It didn't
apparently.
end. We did it.
Supposedly, we're still
Cheers.
here. Cheers.
Honey, Joey Diaz, Doug
Gary, we're
Stanhope,
still
and
here.
I did a show at the Wiltern in Los Angeles on December 21st, 2012. That was the Terrence McKenna thing, the end of the Mayan calendar.
Right.
Terrence
Oh, yeah,
McKenna,
yeah.
he had a computer. This is how deep that motherfucker ran. He got so high, he came up with an algorithm based on the I Ching that was mapping out time.
It
And
wasn't the Mayan calendar?
It was both.
Oh, okay.
It was the Mayan it was novelty. It was based
All
on
right.
novelty. It coincided with, this is what had happened. He came up with a thing called novelty theory. And novelty theory he based off the I Ching. The I
Okay.
Ching, which is, it's a divination system, a Chinese divination system. And they would throw these hexagrams. I believe it's hexagrams. And they would indicate a certain pattern, and they would try to recognize this Was it hexagrams? What the fuck is the I Ching? Anyway, they would throw these.
About none of this.
They would throw these stones.
It's crazy.
It is hexagrams.
It's crazy.
Thank you. So it's a Chinese method of divination that's more than 1,000 years old, and they were trying to conduct what McKenna believed. This is what he believed the I Ching really was. He believed it was a map of time, and that they had, through some way, figured out through hexagrams to recognize that time was it was mimicable. You could capture it in hexagrams, in mathematics and geometry,
Is this like a string theory kind of thing?
almost,
All right.
and that you could come up with some sort of a system to this thing. And he called that system time wave zero. And what he thought that system was, he thought that was a system of recognizing novelty, like new ideas, creative things, whether it's the internet or internal combustion engine or the Tesla electric car, anything where it was, where you could map that out and you could say, okay, if you looked at this as a mathematical algorithm and you saw how this was going to play out, you could almost predict patterns in this wave. And where do you predict this happening and that happening? And where does it end? Where does it get to a point where it's so crazy no one knows what the fuck to do? And in Terrence's life, he believed that time was December 21st, 2012. And as a matter of fact, my Barracuda, I had a 1970 Barracuda. My license plate was December 2012. Because I'm like, if this bitch ends, I'm going to be driving around this 1970 Barracuda.
Did you think it was going to end?
I did.
You really did?
Yeah, that's why when we did that show together. That's it. Look at that.
Oh my
Rogan,
God.
Stanhope.
Oh my God, I love
Honey,
that
honey.
so much.
That was
Oh,
us.
That makes me so happy.
December 21st, I was like, if I'm going to die, I'm going
You
to
know what
be
I
with
loved
my
is you-
favorite people on the planet, like legitimately.
Wow.
This is
You
my
know,
favorite
you
people on the
rolled
planet.
through the countdown. That's what I loved. There was no like
Yes.
10, 9. You were like, Happy New Year, motherfuckers. And then you
Yeah,
just
I'm
kept
like, this
on
is
with your
nonsense,
set.
bitch.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was
Well, it was
great.
fun. It was fun. It was like my favorite people are my family and my friends.
There's Ben.
Yeah, and to be able to do a show, and I wear a fucking suit.
Yeah.
I'm like, if Odin's gonna come capture me, he's gonna capture me
Odin.
wearing some
Oh
fucking
my God.
Wow, yo.
very fine David August apparel.
Didn't Joey Diaz do a set?
Yes, Joey Diaz, Doug Stanhope, and
Yes.
you guys, and Honey.
That was so special.
It was one of
Man,
our
thank you
favorite
for bringing
times.
us on to such
Come
a cool
on,
thing.
it was fun.
was
like
really
just
fun.
me and Stanhope. Look, I love Stanhope as much as I'll cut my fucking pinky off for Stanhope. But he's I don't see him enough, you know. So whenever we can make an excuse to do this, we're gonna do another. I should tell this right now. We're gonna do another End of the World podcast at the new presidential elections. So when Was it November 21st, 2000? What is it?
Like the first week, the first
The
Tuesday
first
of
week?
November.
Whatever it is. 2020, we're going to be at the Comedy Store. We're going to make that shit happen.
Damn.
We're going to do another live podcast. This time it's just going to be me, Stanhope, and a couple other people. We last time we got too many people. November 3rd. End of the world. Or not. It seems like we're wrong a lot.
Who knows?
But
Who
this is
fucking
my
knows?
my thought on all this is like everyone, even the people at the top of government, are just people. We all, they need to listen too. We all need to
Yeah.
listen. We can work together. This system that we're on, this fucking clock that we're on, it's not
Yeah.
good for anybody.
Yeah.
We're all worried.
No one's good at being wrong. No one's good at being like, oh, I made a mistake.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Because you're a human and that's what we do. And that's where I think there's this like real disconnect with the people that are quote unquote running this country. You know, there's no room for error.
They shouldn't be running it. And they know it. That's why they're holding on to that spot. No one should be.
I think they would do a better job running it if they could exhibit human qualities and also be leaders at the same time.
I agree with you.
You know?
But I think they're scared. I think everybody's scared. And I think when you're in a position where you're
Fear is the
controlling
mind killer.
what mind control over giant groups of people, you barely can keep your shit together. Like, who are you? Are you an alien? Are you
Yes.
from another fucking planet? You're not. Are you?
Yes.
Yes,
you are,
Gary.
bro.
No,
you
no,
play
no,
that
no.
guitar. I wonder.
No. I was,
You mean them?
Take me to your leader.
Dude. Remember Close Encounters? That's how they talk to people. Right? They're good.